Hey friend, absolutely. So this commenter is asking for advice about walking multiple dogs, and for a little context, this comment is from a larger conversation around dogs sniffing, so I'm going to kind of gear it in that direction. So as someone who has consistently had multiple dogs for the entirety of my adulthood, I have 4 right now. I understand not just professionally, but also personally, the challenges of walking not only multiple dogs, but multiple dogs who perhaps have very different interests on the walks and very different paces. So I think there are a couple of things to consider. The first is to consider what needs you're trying to meet with that outing. So let's say I have 2 dogs, and one really likes to sniff and take their time and can spend like 20 minutes in one spot, and another is sniffing, but they like to kind of keep moving. One spot doesn't hold their interest for too long. So before I decide what I'm going to do, I want to figure out, well, am I trying to meet their needs equally on this outing? Or is like this walk like mainly for one of the dogs and the other dog is then coming with me to do something else while the other dog stays home? So kind of figure out what balance you're trying to strike. And then specifically around pace, and specifically when pace is about sniffing, but this could also be about like physical ability or even just size, right? Bigger dogs taking bigger strides paired with a little tiny dog. We can, in one case, teach one dog to slow down, and in the other case, teach one dog to kind of move along. So the previous collection of videos talks a bit about moving dogs away and what skills we can teach to move a dog away and also how to respond in the moment. But we haven't really talked about having dogs wait and spend longer and be patient while their sibling or their dog friend is sniffing. And so for that, I might see if I can increase that dog's interest in sniffing, maybe with a find it game or a ping pong pattern game or any kind of pattern game. But if I have the room to allow that dog to move around while their sibling sniffs, I'll give them that space. And that can depend on your environment and what length of leash you're comfortable holding while managing multiple dogs. Really, you can engage that other dog any way you wanted, but pattern games are just awesome, right? Or getting them to sniff. And then you can either speed things up or slow things down based on what you're trying to achieve for everyone in that walk. And it's okay to have separate walks. Sometimes I know time and energy doesn't allow for that. But it is okay if you need that permission to do separate walks. Happy walking!